And welcome, Hoosier Nation, to another edition of the Hoosier Sound-Off, recorded on Monday morning, April 8th, 2019. I'm your host, Noah Freeman, and I'm here for your quick roundup of IU sports news. First up, we have an announcement for the Hoosier Sound-Offs. During lots of this off-season, we will be scaling back to about one episode each week. We will likely put out a Hoosier Sound-Off every Monday morning, but not Friday due to the slow news as the summer gets underway. In an extra busy week, we might just make the Monday Hoosier Sound-Off a bit longer. The normal weekly episodes for the Hoosier Sound will stay the same, live recordings on Tuesday evenings at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Episode goes to the podcast shortly after. First up, the softball team sadly dropped all three matches to the ranked Michigan Wolverines. They will face Purdue this Wednesday in a doubleheader in Bloomington. For women's tennis, they signed Lexi Kupas, an incoming player that has been ranked as high as number 77 by tennisrecruiting.net. Speaking of tennis, both the men's and women's team lost over the weekend. The women fell to Purdue, and the men fell to number 36 Minnesota. And lastly, some baseball news. Over the weekend, the Hoosiers took on a series against Penn State. Indiana lost the first matchup, but swept the doubleheader on Saturday. The wins put Indiana at 19-12 for an overall record and 7-2 in the Big Ten. Their 7-2 conference record puts them in first place in the Big Ten overall. Their next matchup is against Purdue this Wednesday in Bloomington. But the Hoosier baseball team ranking in first place in the Big Ten was not the news that swept Hoosier Nation on Saturday. For the first time since 2000, Coach Bob Knight was seen on campus and made his way to the baseball games. When asked about his appearance, Coach Knight said, quote, "Going to be a lovely afternoon. It's nice to be here." End quote. After the doubleheader, IU baseball coach Jeff Mercer was asked about how he felt. Being an Indiana native, Mercer summarized how it was basically a dream come true. To coach for a university he grew up loving, and then being the place where Knight came back for the first time in many years. He was very thankful and appreciative that he was there on Saturday. Remember to watch us live Tuesday evenings at 8:30 p.m. or subscribe to our podcast, The Hoosier Sound, wherever you listen to podcasts. If you like the transcript and links mentioned in today's show, head over to IndianaHQ.com to check that out, in addition to all of their insightful articles. We will catch you next Monday, April 15th, for the next edition of the Hoosier Sound-Off. But, as always, thank you for listening, Hoosier Nation, and we'll see you next time.